My cat is finally no longer on medication today. Hopefully she's been off. She finished her antibiotics on Sunday, poor Ellie. And now I am desperately on my hands and knees begging this cat to pee in these beads that the vet gave me so that I can soak it up with a syringe and take it in and confirm it with my
Oh,
vector.
that's how that works.
Yeah.
So did you just like replace her litter or
Yeah.
part of her litter or something?
Yeah, and she has like gotten in it and really thought about it like 4 or 5 times
Dude,
today.
cats are so particular.
Dude, yeah.
Really
Well, what I'm
thinking
worried
about
about is like
peeing.
this is how they get a UTI is by not peeing when they need to pee, by
Yeah.
holding it, which I think
I
can
mean,
happen to
she's
people
like-
too, but
She's like, this is not the litter I'm used to, and so that might like change her whole calculations
so
on
I
everything.
read
You
online
know?
that you could also try like covering their litter with plastic so that they like pee on top of it, and she will not do that either. She has also checked that out 4 or 5 times today.
Yeah.
And like so if I have to get
That's
up like, in
funny.
the middle of the show, it's because I have to like slurp up some cat piss and put it in a vial and put it in my fridge because
Dude,
the vet
and-
closed 10 minutes ago.
No, I get it, but cat pee is a uniquely vile thing. It is disgusting.
Yes.
Like I don't know if you never had cats. Like usually, like 99% of the time, they're very good about taking care of themselves. But if there's ever an accident, cat pee is one of the most vile substances in the world, and extremely toxic too.
And it's very hard to get out of anything.
Yes,
Like a carpet.
Yeah.
and it has a very distinct smell that is a lot worse than human pee or dog pee or whatever.
Yeah.
So
Cat pee. The smell of cat pee reminds me of my ex, and I'm glad I don't have to smell that anymore.
Okay.
It's true though. That whole house smelled bad.
yeah, cat pee. I don't know. You got to remove that. And if
It's
if it
so bad.
happens, like especially in carpet, you're not doing so good.
No.
But I'm glad to hear your cat's doing. How old is Ellie?
Ellie is
Just
like
out of curiosity.
17 probably.
Okay, so she is a pretty old cat. Yeah.
Yeah. But she's
But
doing
what-
well.
what-
She seems happy. So hopefully we're out of the woods on this whole thing.
Yeah, the power of modern medicine at work. And welcome back to Game Talk. I'm your host, David Mion. Today I'm joined by Connor
Hey guys.
and Mike.
Hello.
And very recently, Nintendo has released updated sales data for their hardware and their software. And we are almost half a year into Switch 2, which is kind of hard to believe. I think we're roughly a month off of that mark. But combined with the fact that they have provided some concrete sales data, I think it'd be a good time to do a Switch 2 kind of check in, how we feel about the device, discuss the current sales of the device, how successful it is as a console. And yeah, let's kick it off. So let's just start with the actual concrete data before we get into our feelings, because I feel like that might be a little interesting. We all have pretty distinct feelings, I think. But as of September 30th, 2025, Nintendo Switch 2 has sold 10.36 million consoles. And I think that's a pretty impressive number.
It's already almost beat the Wii U's total.
Yeah. If you look at this list here, so Nintendo provides official sales data on their website, and they have listed their sales for every console they've made. And Wii U lifetime is sitting at 13.56 million, which really puts into perspective how much of a disaster that era was for them. But yeah, Switch 2 selling extremely fast. And in terms of software, it's already sold 20.62 million units. Also, nothing to sneeze at, right? Like, this is just the first
No, there aren't even any good games out yet.
few months of this console. And
It also,
yeah,
like,
what do you make?
the
What do you make of
hardware-
this?
The hardware units, like, just to clarify, this is more than any other portable on the market has sold by like a lot. Like looking at the
And
Xbox
most
Ally
of that-
and the Steam Deck.
And most of their software sales have just been in Mario Kart World.
Right, because that was a pack-in.
Yeah.
With the bundle.
So interestingly, this sales data does not count Mario Kart as a pack-in.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So
Yeah.
So there's probably like another 4 million software sales or something like that. Like,
yeah. So people, the attach rate of Mario Kart is just insane.
yeah.
where it's roughly almost 1-to-1 with Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, it was like the only game at launch, more or less.
yeah, it was the launch game, and
I think it does include the quantity bundle, actually.
Where does it say?
you're
It
right.
says at the
There's a
bottom,
little
yeah.
asterisk at the bottom, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, software units include the
Include quantity
with
bundle with
hardware.
okay, good catch, Mike.
Good catch, Mike.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's doing really well though.
But their strategy to bundle that together and be like, hey, if you want to pay only $50 for Mario Kart World, get it with the console. That paid off in spades for them. I mean, look at that.
Yeah, and
This is one of the craziest attach rates I've seen for a game. Like where it's almost 100% of people who have a Switch 2 have Mario Kart World.
I mean, it was about like that with Mario Kart 8 Deluxe too, but not quite 1-to-1.
69
Yeah, not
million
quite
units.
as high.
Mario Kart 8.
Yeah.
And then Donkey Kong Bonanza is nothing to sneeze at here either at 3.5 million units sold already. I feel like that's pretty respectable. Obviously, that's not like Mario level sales or anything, but for Donkey Kong's like first kind of 3D outing in decades, I feel like that's a good number.
Where are you seeing the game sales?
So you see top selling title sales units.
Okay. Yeah.
And there's tabs for different consoles, right? So we can look at the Switch 2 sales,
Yeah.
right? There's only 2 exclusives at the moment. So
Yeah, 3.5
it's kind of a small
million.
list.
I mean, for a game that came out so early for a console, that's really good. And it is like the best experience on the Switch 2 for my money, right? Well, Silk Song, I guess, but
Yeah, I mean, like, I guess we're just counting Nintendo first party, which I guess we shouldn't, right? I mean, like, obviously, a big appeal of the Switch, too, is the third party presence.
was Hades 2 totally exclusive on? Is that a
Yes,
thing?
Hades 2 is only available on Switch 2 and PC.
That's a pretty big
Yeah.
get. Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big hit. I see people on my Switch 2 friends list playing Hades 2 all the time, so
Yeah.
certainly it's done numbers there. And like, let's not forget, there are games like Cyberpunk
Yeah.
running on this thing too. And I feel like, especially with Cyberpunk, there's not a lot, I would imagine, of cross-pollination between like the Cyberpunk audience and Nintendo Switch, like console-only gamers. So I feel like it probably did quite well on there as well.
See, there's the. I mean, I guess I believe it a little more with Nintendo, but I don't really believe the whole. I buy a console because of the type of game I like to play. I just don't believe that guy exists. I think you buy a Switch because it fits your lifestyle, not because.
I think that guy exists especially for Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like you know people out there who only play like Animal Crossing or Pokemon or whatnot, right?
Yeah.
So
But yeah, if we're talking, yeah, but like I also know most people that own a Switch. I know a significant number of like normies that own a Switch.
Yeah.
And it's just their only game platform. They play Fortnite on it. They play Doom on it. They play that's why the Miracle ports are such a big deal, is because people don't want to buy a second console, and like the market on the Switch is so huge. And we've already got one of those Miracle ports. Because I don't think Cyberpunk is a miracle. Cyberpunk actually running on Switch is not impressive to me. It ran on Steam Deck like really well years ago, and the Switch 2 is more powerful than that. But the miracle we've seen is that Ubisoft Star Wars game,
Outlaws.
Star Wars Outlaws. It runs with ray tracing on the Switch 2.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently very well according to Digital Foundry.
And plus, I mean, like, these are very, very early days for Switch 2, and we're already seeing some success with the RDNA technology in the Switch 2. I think it bodes really well.
The what?
Or sorry, I took a nap before the show. All right, so give me some slack. The NVIDIA,
The DLSS. Yeah.
DLSS
What games have utilized
prowess.
that we've seen? Is Star Wars Outlaws, right?
Strangely enough, Pokemon has utilized it. Scarlet Violet and Legend ZA are using the kind of bespoke DLSS.
So Pokemon did it before big Nintendo did. That's wild, because Bonanza's using like the sloppiest
Bonanza's
FSR implementation I've ever seen.
Bonanza's a curious case, because I feel like Bonanza absolutely would benefit greatly from the Switch DLSS, right? Like that image would look pristine running through DLSS, but they're not for whatever reason, right? Like maybe the game was like already way done before because it was originally supposed to be a Switch 1 game, right?
Right.
So we don't know like kind of where the timeline fell on that, but
Mario Kart World is the same way. We haven't we haven't seen a Switch 2 game yet. Like a game that
Yeah.
was just for, I guess, unless you
And-
count like Dragon Drive or whatever, the stupid basketball game.
and I don't know why, but Mario Kart games have always famously not used any kind of anti-aliasing. Like they're just against it for some
Yeah.
reason in Mario Kart. Don't know why, but guess it hasn't impacted their sales at all,
Certainly
I would
not,
imagine.
no. When you've got a winning formula.
But yeah, that's the kind of like obviously like the Switch 2 only been out for a few months, but like that's the kind of big picture sales data that we have, right? Like
Hasn't even been
roughly
out for Christmas yet.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like it's about to be supercharged coming into the holiday season. But yeah, we're at roughly 10 million Switch 2 consoles, roughly 9.5 million Mario Kart World units, roughly 3.5 million Donkey Kong Bonanza units. So that's the data. But how do we all feel about Switch 2?
I shouldn't have bought the damn thing.
See, I love this because we feel complete opposite. I love this thing. I've gotten so much use out of this thing. I just spent a week hanging out with my family, and that thing was always on. We were always playing Mario Kart World. We were always playing Mario Party Jamboree, which, by the way, on Switch 2 runs at 60 FPS. I know it's not that big of a deal, but it is something. And I've just gotten
sweaty on your family members.
yeah, exactly. I do. I absolutely do. Much to everyone's great annoyance,
Yeah.
how sweaty I get. which hilariously, like every time we play Mario Party, like my sisters and brother-in-law, they always team up against me because like I win most of the mini games, right? But luck is such a huge factor in Mario Party. Like I don't necessarily win all the time either. Like the last couple games we played, my youngest sister won both of them. But still, every time we play, they inevitably all are like, okay, we're just gonna screw me over as much as possible, which I find kind of funny.
Yeah, I've had some very nice family time playing Mario Kart World, but overall, and it's fixed now, by the way. Like the online matchmaking, like you get actual tracks. in
I'm
Mario Kart World.
very surprised Nintendo like relented on that.
Me too. I mean, they didn't 100%. It's still like you get 2 intermission tracks, and typically you get 1 real track as an option. So you don't actually get to choose at all what track you're playing online. You just have to pick whatever they give you. But overwhelmingly, people are choosing that. It's pretty rare you have to play an intermission. But it is too little, too late. Like my window of caring about this game passed months ago.
Yeah.
But it was fun playing it with my family. You know, I had a family crisis this summer, and it was pretty nice having the Switch 2 to hang out and play a new Mario Kart game with my family because we were all in town for that event.
Yeah, I don't know, like that spirit of like Nintendo local multiplayer is, I feel like, still alive and well. And I think the Switch 2 executes on that pretty well. Now, I will say, Mario Kart World, have you ever tried playing it with more than 2 people?
Yes.
So I don't know if you've noticed, but there is a noticeable increase, or should I say decrease, in image quality and input lag, right? So an increase in input lag, decrease in image quality. So it starts running at 30 FPS,
Yeah.
and there is a noticeable increase in input lag too. And I don't know why that is.
Interesting. I haven't noticed that because usually, like, I'm just not sweaty in a 4-player Mario Kart session because I can't see anything anyway. There's no point. Like, inevitably,
When the screens are that small.
the situation where I'm playing 4-player Mario Kart, it's usually like at somebody else's house on a TV that's smaller than my computer monitor.
Right.
I'm, like, having to get out a microscope to see my screen.
Yeah.
So, like, I'm just smiling and playing the game and drinking whatever alcoholic beverage I have in my hand.
No, we take multiplayer gaming pretty seriously in my family. So it's on a big OLED TV. I really feel the choppiness of the 30 FPS.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know. Like, there are some issues with the Switch 2 where, like, that is the case. Like, Hades 2, I would argue, is unplayable handheld. Because it's that same... it has that same kind of weird input lag issue.
Oh,
where
really?
Like, yes, Hades 2 runs at 60 FPS handheld and 120 FPS docked, but that should not that drastically affect the input lag. Like, yes, input lag will be better on 120 hertz container, but like it's noticeably bad to the point where it's tough to play,
I would actually
especially a
assume
high
input lag would
octane
be-
game like Hades 2.
I would assume it'd be better handheld because there's no control
Yeah.
over, like latency.
No, some games it's fine,
Yeah.
right? Like Silk Song, while not my preference, was fine handheld. Like obviously I prefer the 120 hertz stocked. But Hades 2 handheld was not it for me. Like I literally couldn't do it,
Yeah.
right? The way I was playing that game. I was just like, I lack the ability to execute some of the stuff I want to do because of the input lag. And I was just like,
So I played that game a bit on the Steam Deck, and I had no such issue. The issue I
Yeah.
ran into, and I figure it's similar on the Switch too, is that the screen's just a little small. There's a lot of detail you need to be processing in that game, and I
Yeah.
found it a little hard to do on a little like 7-inch screen.
yeah. And I guess talking about the screen a little bit, pros and cons, right? The pros,
Mostly cons.
it's in, well, I was going to say pro. I appreciate the 1080p resolution.
Yeah, that is. Yeah.
And I know you guys have had that on Steam Deck for a while now. Steam Deck's
800p.
800p. Okay, so this is a pretty new thing then
That's a big-
for
it's a pretty
a
big
handheld
thing,
console, right? Okay.
Well, the other PC handhelds like the Xbox Ally and stuff are 1080p. It's
Yeah.
only the Steam Deck that's 800.
But like coming from a console perspective, right? Like getting a handheld with a 1080p screen, 1080p handheld is a perfectly fine resolution. We never need to go over, in my opinion.
100%, yeah.
So but I do think 720p could be improved on. So 1080p having that resolution on a handheld, I think we've achieved it. We don't need to push further in that regard. The image, like the ghosting issues of that LCD panel, now that's something else. Right, like I've found that a lot of 3D games work just fine. Like I don't really notice any issues playing on my Switch 2, but like when I switch to a 2D game, it is noticeable for sure. Like it was very noticeable playing Silk Song, and I was just like, this sucks, right? Like obviously, like I said, docked is the way to play it because of the high refresh rate, but noticed that on Silk Song, and I was not happy. Yeah, but these little issues aside, right? Like overall, I'm having a great time with this thing, and I've been putting a lot of time into it too. Like just in addition to the multiplayer of like the Mario Party and the Mario Kart World, Silk Song was a massive 80-hour thing this year, and that was all done on Switch 2. And I put a good chunk of time into Hades 2 as well. I think like 30 hours on Switch 2, and I have been kind of dabbling in some of the remasters, let's call them, like Pokemon Scarlet.
Yeah, you liked that when it came out, yeah. And
So like I feel like I've been getting my money's worth out of the Switch 2, but I know that opinion is not shared necessarily.
I mean, for me, what it really has been, it's just been collecting dust. It's right behind me. It's hooked up to the TV and everything. But unless there is a big Nintendo first-party game, it is just the worst way to play video games in my house.
And those games are absolutely coming, right? Like looking at Nintendo's cadence off the Switch 1, it doesn't look like it's slowing down or changing for Switch 2.
No.
Like this year alone, like in this 5 months already, we've got Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and imminently Metroid Prime 4 is coming as well. So like
pretty good, I bet. Like
insanely
the lowest I can imagine is
good.
an 8 on that.
Like an insanely good first party cadence. Like so good to where I wish I could have this on my PlayStation as well.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Nintendo and PlayStation. PlayStation had a good cadence, obviously not Switch level cadence, but they had a good cadence going in the PS4 era that has been completely trashed.
They did. They do this every console though. It's taken them a lot longer on PS5, but when the PS4 first came out, they did not have that cadence yet.
That's true.
Took a
Yeah,
very long time to get going. But
yeah,
we're
but
5 years into the PS5 now.
the back half of the PS4 generation, it looked like they had gotten their kind of cadence issues sorted out in terms of first party output, quality, and quantity. But we're now it's the worst it's ever been, it seems. But Nintendo, they've had it figured out for the better part of a decade now, right? Like as I seem to remember, as soon as Switch 1 came out, it was like year after year there were notable first party games coming out.
Yeah, the Switch launched a little dry. All it had was Breath of the Wild, but by the time Odyssey came out, that just wasn't true anymore, and there was constant bangers.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think the future for Switch 2 looks insanely bright. I could absolutely see Nintendo in 4 years being like, okay, here's a Switch 2 OLED.
And that's why
which
I shouldn't
sucks,
have bought
you know.
this damn thing. Like,
Yeah.
that's why, because could have played Metroid Prime 4 is coming to Switch 1. Like, Bonanza was a great game, but I don't think it was a must play. Mario Kart World is nothing to me. I'm just not real impressed with that game. Frankly, I think 5 years from now I'll be more likely to get out 8 Deluxe to play with friends than I am World, depending on DLC. And yeah, so if they come out with an OLED in the next couple years, if they manage to come out with an OLED model before they come out with a Zelda game, I'm gonna like throw a fit. Like,
honestly, that has a good chance of happening, considering the cadence of Zelda game releases, right?
yeah.
So,
Not counting Age of Imprisonment, which is coming like
right.
2
I don't
days
count
from
that
now.
either.
Yeah, who cares?
No.
Apparently it's like fine. Like it's a 7 out of 10. It's like it gets on base. It's a Muso game. People like.
There's an upper limit to how good a Muso game could be. I
In a
feel that
similar
way.
vein to
So,
Monster Hunter, like
yeah.
the absolute best it could be is like an 8 out of 10.
Uh,
Do you think Monster Hunter would be higher?
you think Wilds is an 8 out of 10? I thought you were like in 9 territory with that
I think
game.
Wilds is probably like an 8.
Hmm.
It just doesn't elicit any emotion from me other than like the fun gameplay. And I think in order to get a 9 or a 10, I have to feel something.
That's I feel like that's pretty reasonable. Yeah. Mike, I'm curious, right? You don't have a Switch 2. You do have a Switch 1.
Yeah.
What do you make of this as an outsider kind of looking at this thing?
As an outsider, I know eventually I'm gonna have a Switch 2 in my possession, whether I want it or not. But it's intriguing to see that like people are dumping a lot into something that doesn't really have any games for it yet.
It's a lot
Like,
of money
nothing's-
right now. Yeah.
Yeah. Like what's it? What's the price? Or how much did you guys
It's
pay for it?
$450 minimum.
450
Yeah.
minimum.
500 to get Mario Kart.
Plus the games are 70 or
Or
60.
80.
60 to 80. It just
Yeah.
doesn't feel worth it, and it's kind of pushed me away from AAA gaming in general.
Yeah,
That's
a
fair.
good
Yeah.
point.
They only have 2 games. There's only
Well,
2 first-party games on it right now.
But I do want to highlight something you said mere seconds ago. Eventually, I'll get it whether I like to or not. And Nintendo just has
Okay.
that power over people.
Okay, it's not me who's gonna buy it though.
That's
I'm
his
gonna
girlfriend.
own it. Yeah, it's my girlfriend. This is
Okay.
happening. I have not bought a next-gen console yet.
I will
have
still
always had
argue.
access to it through like a significant other partner.
I will still argue that's the power Nintendo has that like everyone else lacks. They have this kind of mainstream appeal that no one else does.
I will say
Because like I've got my casual like non-gaming friends talking about this thing too, and I'm just like, Nintendo, how do you do it?
I mean, shout out to Nintendo though for giving Animal Crossing another update, which is
that's fair.
absolutely crazy.
They are charging it for
It's still going to be at
Switch
30
2 features,
FPS though, which is annoying. But
Oh, really? That's
I don't think it's about. They didn't improve
That's
they improved the resolution.
that's
improved resolution.
that's humiliating. 30 FPS for
Apparently, the game logic is tied to 30 FPS, which is why.
Okay, that's humiliating. Like,
Yeah, I don't know.
It's not an action game. What logic is happening?
I don't know, dude.
the fish logic, Connor. The fish logic.
So what I wanted
They got
to
to
point
make
out
sure
is
the
like,
fish are synced to 30
I
FPS,
am
or else
like
you're just gonna
tepidly
die.
interested in Legends ZA, Pokemon Legends ZA. Like Amit
Yeah.
got me interested. I've been watching some streamers play it. I ain't dropping 70 bones for this trash.
I forgot
That's fair,
ZA came
yeah.
out too. Yeah, I
I'm
honestly.
not paying, and I'm not gonna. I think the Switch One version is still $60, but I'm not gonna pay $60 for the bad version of the game.
Right.
Listen, I've been bullying a friend of mine because instead of buying Battlefield 6, a known good game, he bought Legends ZA.
That's actually like a terrible
They-
move.
That's a terrible
but-
move.
Have you guys seen the sales of Legends ZA?
It's a Pokemon game. It's gonna
Yeah, I
sell. They
imagine
all
they're pretty
sell.
good.
But in 1 week, it sold 5.8 million copies, and I'm just like,
people see that little Pokeball icon and will buy it no
It-
matter what it is. They
It's
don't
100%.
You could put complete and utter like a bag of dog poop in a cartridge, and sell it under the Pokemon
They
label,
did. They
and
called
people
it
will
Omega
pay.
Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
Yeah, they'll pay for it. They
Dude,
don't care.
I mean, that is
Pokemon
that
and
is
Call of
100%
Duty.
true.
People don't
But
care.
like, yeah, it sells based off name alone now.
Yeah.
Which is crazy, right? Like
the Pokemon
5.8 million
community is in like a weird state
in a
though,
week.
because everything I hear from Pokemon fans is that like the last 3 mainline Pokemon games have all been bad, but they're still buying them.
Legends
something's
Arceus was
wrong.
like fine. I thought it was good, and I think
Legends
Legends
Arceus
is
mainline,
probably
mainline.
like pretty good.
And I would argue that, especially on Switch 2, Scarlet and Violet are quite good
yeah.
as well. So,
But the problem is,
I mean,
like,
they're quite good in the context of Pokemon, though. Like, I know how much better it could be in the hands of like a more competent developer. I know that.
I hate to bring up the money they're spending, right? But like any other developer that could make a game on that budget, on like a $12 million budget, any other developer, I genuinely believe this, they sell it for $40. Like, I can't think of anyone else with this level of greed. Even Microsoft, I think, would be selling this at $40.
This is like, Pokemon on its budget is not a $60, $70 game.
And I wouldn't even be complaining that much at 60, but $70 for a game you didn't even spend $14 million $14 million on. Like,
yeah, the math doesn't math there. It's like, crazy.
$70 is a premium game price, and they are not delivering a premium game. Whether you like it or not, there's no argument that there's anything premium about Legends ZA.
Right. No, that is true. The most premium thing is the word Pokemon.
So I just looked it up. Holiday 2003, Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire were being sold for $35.
Really?
Yes. Back in the day, I remember Pokemon games being like,
I thought they were 40.
Bucks.
Yeah. Those are better games too.
Let me do some more research while you talk.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, but I've been watching some streamers play ZA. To be fair, and it does look fun. Like
it is pretty fun.
I want it.
I do fully agree with you. Is it worth 70? No. Did I pay 70? Yes. Yeah. But is it worth 70? No.
And the worst part is you can't get them secondhand because they don't get cheaper. They get more expensive for some reason.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, Pokemon. We didn't count that when we were discussing the sales day because it's not a first party game. Even though ostensibly it is. But
okay, up until X and Y, they were all $35. X and Y was $40.
Really?
It looks like $40.
That price.
That's not right.
I can't be
I'm
right.
looking
3DS
at a weird
games I
one.
thought were 50.
I think this is in Euro pricing. Hold on.
Oh.
Well, point being, right? Like, I think that's an appropriate price for Pokemon.
Yeah, for sure. $50.
But
yeah.
But like Nintendo executive logic, right? Now that everything's a console, including our handheld, everything gets console pricing.
I found a GameFAQs. Apparently, X and Y had a budget around 20 million.
That's high for them.
For them back then, but now,
yeah.
I mean, look at the budgets for games that sell a fraction of what Pokemon sells. Like it's crazy.
Pokemon in back then. Not to bring up an old fight.
Yeah. So Pokemon's its own beast. Nintendo is probably extremely grateful that Game Freak is on their side there, right? Like they secured that deal early on. Game Freak still makes other games that come out on other platforms. Very rarely, but they do.
And they're all detritus.
They're all complete garbage.
They so well.
Yeah. But Pokemon, it's that series, for better or worse. I do see, like, again, like, I think a very good gauge is, like, people who don't interact with this show at all, right? Like, people who are not, like, looking up video game things in their spare time, just, like, living their lives. Normies, for lack of a better term. Normies love this game, right? Do. And when that happens, I'm like, okay, like, obviously the sales data is going to reflect that. So.
Yeah.
Okay, so any other thoughts on where Switch 2 is at? Roughly half a year into its young life so far?
I am excited for Prime 4. I'm very worried about the dumb motorcycle. I'm actually really that mechanic is actually stupid enough to ruin a game. I hate to say it.
So I will say, for me, Prime 4 is not like a. I'm going to wait and see what people think of it. Right.
Yeah.
I'm not I'm going to pick it up
45
sight unseen.
Adjusted $45 in America for X and Y
Okay.
on eShop,
Okay.
roughly.
I have played all 3 Metroid Prime games. The only one I've finished is Prime 3, which is the baby one, like the easy baby one.
Yeah.
They all
Also, I'm just not like a big Metroid Prime guy, right? Like I never really.
they all have like a critical point where they fall apart. Like 2 just really loses steam in the middle. 1 gets really kind of cryptic at the end. Like you have to go on this like huge map-wide puzzle scavenger hunt thing that is not particularly enjoyable to me. Very similar to the Triforce hunt in Wind Waker.
Yeah.
Worse, in my opinion. But
Yeah, I will
Dread
say,
was
like,
so good.
Dread was phenomenal, but I will say Metroid Prime. I bought Prime Remastered on Switch, right? And that was like
Yeah.
my first entry into the series. I gave it a couple shakes, and
Yeah.
I'm just not feeling it. I
It's a
don't know
tough
if it's a
game to
me
finish.
thing
About 40.
or like because I've seen so much glaze for Metroid Prime on the
Yeah.
internet. Like it's like one of the greatest of all time. And I've attempted to get into it 2 or 3 times now, and I've bounced off of it each time. So I don't know if it's just a me thing or if
No, I mean that's me too.
it just has to click or whatever.
I've tried to finish Prime 1 2 or 3 different times in my life. I've just completely started it over and tried to finish it. And I really like the early game.
Yeah.
But it's a problem you run into in 3D games in general, which is that like there's just a lot of travel time to like try something, and so the backtracking is like way more painful in a Metroid Prime game than in a Metroid game. The travel just isn't
Yeah.
enjoyable. Like the movement feels good in Metroid Dread, and the movement could never possibly. Well, I won't go that far, but it certainly doesn't feel good in Metroid Prime. And maybe the motorcycle
Yeah.
fixes that.
It's a little floaty.
Maybe
Yeah.
the really awful, stupid open world motorcycle fixes it.
But I will say I'm a full believer in 2D Metroid. That stuff is
like crack.
is peak.
Which ones have you played?
I've played Metroid Dread and a huge chunk of Super Metroid.
Okay, I have played.
I think that's it. Yeah.
Zero Mission, a good bit of Metroid 1, most of Metroid 2, Metroid Fusion, Super Metroid, Metroid Dread.
Okay, so
pretty much all of them.
You know what's up.
Oh, and the remake on the 3DS of Metroid 2. I played that all the way through. That one's like just fine.
Yeah.
Those are some good games, dude. I love a good
Right.
2D Metroidvania.
Yeah.
I hope we get a Metroid Dread sequel, like a mainline Metroid game on the Switch too. That would.
Yeah, I feel like we probably will. Like Metroid Dread, I think sold quite well.
It sold well for a Metroid
especially
game,
for Metroid. Yeah,
Metroid's never been a high seller. Oh my god, we forgot to talk
Right.
about Kirby Air Riders.
that's true. Yeah, another exclusive coming very soon, right? Like next month, maybe, or this month.
I have no idea.
It's
'cause I'm
very
not gonna
soon.
buy it, but
Yeah, like Kirby Air Riders is one of those things where like I'll see if it's like if people are losing their mind over this game, I might be interested. Otherwise, I'm going to skip it, right? Like I don't
yeah.
feel an attachment to Air Riders. I never got into it like on GameCube or anything. So
Same. I rented it a
Yeah.
few times on GameCube and really liked it. But it's one of those games that like my only memory of it is having no idea what was going on, or I remembered like playing modes in it that I liked and then not being able to get back to them. I couldn't figure out how to get through the menus. I don't know if I could read yet. That's the thing about gaming as
yeah,
a
that's a
kid.
pretty big impediment to most things.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't know about Kirby Air Riders. It also apparently is like straddling the line between remake and sequel, which is something I'm always kind of interested in.
I thought it was just like a new game.
No, it apparently has. He did another direct recently, and it has everything from the first game. He said something like, "Nah, nobody. We probably could have cut this, and nobody would have cared. But I would never do that."
He's still doing he's still Smash Ultimate
He
brand.
said everyone's here. Yeah,
Yeah. That's funny.
Sakura
That man's
is the
crazy.
goat. Yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, like I mean, further bolstering the argument of a really strong intro to this console, right? Like within 6 months, we're gonna have 4 exclusives, all ranging from good to like very good, I would say.
I strongly
So-
suspect Sakurai said like, "I will not make you another Smash Bros. Game unless you let me make my Kirby Air Riders."
Yeah,
sequel." Like,
Right.
he has to.
Yeah.
He has to have leverage for that.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Yeah.
Especially
Yeah,
the same
so-
year as Mario Kart.
Right. Yeah, that's the weird one to me, right? Like
Yeah.
because like they kind of fill the same spot in my mind. I'm like, why would I get this if I have Mario Kart? I know like You're not
part
into
of me
Mario
is
Kart,
I
but
want
like,
to have a good racing game on my Switch too. So I kind of want to get Kirby
Yeah.
Air Riders.
dude, I will say, just circling back to Mario Kart and talking about like kind of my more normie family who's been playing this with me. They have told me like this game's just way more intense than
Really?
8 Deluxe. Yeah, so like
I feel like the
it feels,
opposite.
and I feel that as well, right? Like I feel like in this game, the slightest mistake and you're just back several spaces.
It is painful to be in the pack in this game.
Yeah.
Because
And I think
it's so much bigger.
that's kind of what they're feeling, right? Like,
Yeah.
especially, and Knockout Tour was a huge hit with my family, right? Like, that takes the intensity up to 11 because, like, the stakes are so high, right? Like, if you don't perform, you're just out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, yeah, there were a lot of pretty intense moments because, like, I feel like in this Mario Kart game more than previous ones, you get nailed with an item and you could just be done. And that's
Yeah.
happened to me several times, right? Like I was playing Knockout Tour with them. I was in first comfortably for many laps. I get blue shelled once. Everyone passes me. I'm out in like 12th or something.
Yeah.
And that's just how it goes.
Part of my Mario Kart feelings might be because I haven't played with anybody particularly skilled yet. Just the opportunity hasn't really arisen. Like I don't know that many people that are like sweaty at Mario Kart. Like it's you, me, one of my
I don't know how
exes.
sweaty I am. Like, do you practice like shortcuts and stuff? Like, is that
Absolutely not, no?
okay?
But
so
I
you're
do
not that
win.
level.
Like I typically
Yeah.
win. If I'm in any random group, I'm going to be the best Mario Kart player there. It's only
Mhm.
among like other people that would say that same thing, that things get
Right,
very-
right. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm enjoying my time with the console, and I suspect if you're not, Connor, you will be soon with the
think, yeah.
deluge of games coming out.
I don't think I'll be able to say that I regret buying it by this time next year. Certainly.
Yeah.
Think, I don't know. Zelda's anniversary is coming up, so I am not convinced that we're not going to get a Zelda soon.
We'll probably get a remaster or something. Like
But
there
yeah.
cannot be. There's no way. There's a new Zelda ready to go. There's just no way.
Yeah, because we just got Echoes of Wisdom, which
Yeah.
yeah.
We got Echoes of Wisdom, and Tears of the Kingdom is not that old. So
If we're getting a remaster, I hope it's A Link to the Past. That's the only one that
that would be
think,
cool.
like-
Yeah.
and I hope it's like a full blown remake, like Echoes of Wisdom ish kind of remake where it's like a little bit of Breath of the Wild sauce mixed in with the 2D formula. Because again, I don't really. A Link to the Past. You played it recently. It hasn't aged a day.
Oh no, it could come out
It
today and
100%
still be an
could come out
excellent
today
game.
And it would
Yeah.
be like Game of the Year material.
Yeah, it's very, very good.
Yeah, but I think
All right.
That's it on the Switch 2 for me.
All right. So I've been biting my tongue for a few weeks now, so we're gonna let it all out now. I have played Alan Wake 2. I've beaten Alan Wake 2. I've platinumed Alan Wake 2.
Platinumed it.
I've done everything you could possibly do in Alan Wake 2, and I'm ready to talk about this game now.
Oh my god.
And by the way, we're gonna completely spoil Alan Wake 2. So if you don't want that, skip this section. So where do I even begin? Right. So Remedy just makes really weird games. Let's start there. They're just weird,
Yeah,
and
they're very
I love that. But they are very, very, very weird
It takes
people.
a weird group to make your deuteragonist the game director. Like
Yeah, like I Sam Lake's just in the game. Sometimes he has like a raspy American voice. Sometimes he has like a what is he like Swedish?
yeah, he's Swedish,
from
I
Norway?
think. Yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes he has like a European accent.
Yeah.
It's just like sometimes he's dancing.
Sometimes
On
he's
stage.
live action for some
Yeah,
reason.
sometimes he's live action. Sometimes he's polygonal. Like
Yeah.
he can do it all. Yeah, but yeah, it's just there's no game quite like it. Especially in its fusion, like we mentioned, right? Like the presentation of cutscenes intercut with live action performances, right?
Just the opening of this game is a large naked man stumbling out of
Dude,
a lake and climbing a
You best
hillside.
believe the very first thing I did when I started this game was try to spin that camera around. You best believe that.
Can you? I didn't try to do that.
No, so you actually can't because the character turns with the
Okay,
camera.
okay.
But if you turn on photo mode, you can see everything.
See
yeah,
everything.
you can see it. Yeah, yeah. And immediately I was like, all right, this is a choice to start your game with. But yeah, it's a large, naked, overweight man stumbling confusedly through a dark forest.
That's just
and
the
then he
average
gets
Sunday for me. I don't know. What
So real. Well, I hope the next thing that happens to this guy is not
yeah.
a
So
typical Sunday.
do you also like get killed and have your heart cut out and used for some satanic ritual?
yeah.
But yeah,
that
so
was 6 months ago. Where were you guys at?
yeah,
Why do you
right.
think I wasn't on the podcast. I got sacrificed.
But yeah, this game, perfect kind of Halloween game, right? So I've been playing it around the spooky times, and I've been enjoying it doubly because of that. I enjoy the... So there are two protagonists, right? One is Saga Anderson, an FBI agent investigating kind of this murder that happens at the beginning of the game and the subsequent unraveling of mysteries. And then the second protagonist is Alan Wake himself, who is still trapped in the dark place after the events of the first game.
Which neither of us have played.
Which neither of us have played, but I've watched a very good summary on YouTube of. And his sections, I would argue, are like more trippy,
Yeah.
to put it lightly.
Well, yeah, because he's not in the real
Very
world.
disorienting.
He's-
Very disorienting. And just, I guess, to layer a bit of criticism on, some of Alan Wake's sections were disorienting to the point of like starting to become unenjoyable for
oh,
me.
really?
Like,
They were
like,
my
especially
preferred half of the game.
Well, I was just going to say, especially towards the end of the game when you're at like the Poet's Cinema.
Yeah.
There was a
Yeah.
moment where I got onto the roof and I could not figure out how to get off. Like I spent like half an hour trying to get off of this roof, and I was just like, this is just stupid. Like they should have designed it more tellingly to where like how you would know how to get off, because you had to switch to a very specific scene to make a door spawn on a specific wall to get
remember
off,
that.
and I was just losing my freaking mind
I
trying
was just so enthralled
trying to
with
do
the
that.
game at that point.
Yeah.
That, like, it could have punched me so hard I lost a tooth, and I would have said thank you. Like I was just so enamored with this game by that point that I was not in criticism mode at all. But
I do think
weirdly enough, the early game I found like, I don't know, like I liked the early investigation with Saga, but I hate the first boss fight. The first boss fight was so bad I almost dropped the game.
Oh yeah, I forget his name. It's basically the resurrected guy who gets ritualized, and
I think I didn't have the shotgun. I think, and you.
Oh,
can.
that's tough.
So I was just
without
with
the
pistol.
shotgun.
I didn't know the shotgun was in the game. I didn't know.
Yeah,
And so it was an extremely difficult fight. It probably took me 20 or 30 tries to beat him.
yeah, that's crazy.
Which was
No, I had the shotgun because like, so talking about the very beginning of this game too. Like at the very beginning, I was not very into this game, right? Like it takes like
It's
not
slow
a
burn.
while, but like maybe like half an hour to an hour to really get going. But I was just like, like the mind plays kind of felt tedious at the beginning, especially because like that's what most of your time was spent doing at the beginning. You were not really playing that much. You were kind of like dragging little boxes of text and like listening to dialogue, and I was just like, okay, when can I play the actual game? But then like when the game kind of opens up and you're Saga in the woods, right, for the first time, and it kind of turns into this like riff on Resident Evil, I was like, okay, I get it. This is cool.
Yeah.
And especially like that feeling was doubled when I found the shotgun in the general store, and I was like, this feels very Resident Evil to me, and that's cool, right? Like, and then from there, right, like it takes that foundation of like Resident Evil style gameplay and just adds on that Remedy weirdness, and we go from there, and it's fine. But it does take a while, a little bit, not a while, but a little bit to get to that point. I will say, like, I hope there's an Alan Wake 3, right? Like, let me just get that out of the way first. I know Remedy is kind of struggling right now as a studio because of some very poor choices.
The blunder,
that everyone makes now, apparently, with releasing a live service multiplayer game that was extremely expensive to make, and then wondering why no one's playing it, and now... Yeah, so hopefully they sort of...
It's boring and bad, if anybody was wondering.
Yeah, okay.
It's insanely boring.
Yeah, so hopefully they figure all that out. But if there is an Alan Wake 3, I'm excited to see what they do to the gameplay. Because, like, I would not call the gameplay in Alan Wake 2 good, right? Like, it's serviceable for what you're doing. But, like, I think there is potential there, right? Like, Resident Evil, like, 4 Remake and 2 Remake have very good gameplay. And if they can just make the gunplay and stuff more like those games, and then have all the Remedy weirdness on top of that, I think it's going to be something even more special.
Even if
And
they
I
could
think they
take the
absolutely
gunplay
have
from,
the
like,
potential to do that.
yeah, because they made Control. Control's fun.
Yeah, Control is very fun to play. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I absolutely think that they have the potential to improve the gameplay in Alan Wake.
Yeah. But they
Um,
made Max Payne, which is extremely good gunplay.
yeah, and I think there's a Max Payne remake coming
There
out as
is,
well,
which is going
I
to be
think.
weird.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if there is Alan Wake hiding in the Max Payne remake.
Yeah, everything's just part of the Remedyverse now.
Because Max Payne is in, they call him something else, but the book that Alan is writing is Max Payne.
Really?
Yeah, like not the
I
book
didn't
he's
know that.
writing, his old books that he got famous for. That's Max Payne.
Oh, his old book. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, the one about the detective. That's the story of Max Payne.
Right, okay.
But they can't use
That's
that
cool.
name because they didn't own it. I think Take-Two owns it or something, so they had to call him something else.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so let's talk about Herald of Darkness.
Yes.
So obviously, ideal to go into this moment completely unspoiled, completely not
Seriously,
even
if
knowing
there's any
it
chance of you
exists.
playing this game,
right?
turn the podcast off, please.
I did. So like, I know the only context I have for this was the Game Awards, right? Because I watched that, I think, with you guys,
Yeah.
and like. I think Mike and I were like, what the hell is this? And
And I was
Connor was
pumping
just
up,
like, this is amazing. Right? And it is one of those things where like you only will get it if you experience this moment in the game. And I mean, obviously it's like one of those moments in a video game like that you'll never ever forget. And like if you asked me to explain why it's so good, I don't even know if I'd be able to do it. Like it's so out of left field for that moment in the game, right? Like this is a horror game about a horror writer kind of battling his own demons and an
pretty
FBI
mediocre horror writer too.
Yeah.
Like,
and then
bad.
all of a sudden you get Alan Wake's backstory through this rock opera that goes on for 20 to 30 minutes. And you're able to play during it, right? And that adds so much to it. You're not just watching it. And the progression of the whole sequence too, right? Like when you get the flare gun and like the stage opens up and the music kicks back in, it's just so well
This
done.
is also like the only power fantasy moment in the entire game. You're very weak most of the game. And then this is them giving you what is essentially a rocket launcher in this universe. And you were like,
yeah, and especially like coupled with that song, dude. It is so good. It's just so good.
the actor who plays Morland Dorr is so good too. Like, his ability to.
And we
like,
need to talk about him too. What
you
the
a
heck
shitty-
is going
yeah,
on with that
we
guy?
don't know.
Right? Like he might be like end game
He may be the
level
devil, literally.
entity,
Like,
right?
we
Yeah,
have no
in this
idea.
universe.
But he
yeah.
chooses to just host a talk show and torment Alan Wake.
Yeah. And I love that I don't know the dude who plays Alan Wake, but I love his constant ability to look as confused as a human being can be, right? So like especially like during this musical number, he's just like looking at everything like what on earth is going on, and everyone else is just singing and dancing and playing guitar. It's so funny. It's funny, it's cool, it's like weird.
Also,
it's
there's,
mysterious all at the same time.
There's
So-
a band called the Old Gods of Asgard. That's who's playing the song. And they might maybe be the actual gods of Asgard. It's a little unclear.
Yeah, like so. I mean, Thor and Odin and Saga, I guess, are actually related, and
Unclear.
also
it is not clear if
it's
they were
it's
related
revealed that
before the game.
Yeah, was that just a product of the writing?
Yeah.
Like and apparently they share Saga's abilities, her mind place abilities, and that became kind of a point later on in the game. Yeah, I don't know. I was a little, I don't want to say disappointed, but I was a little let down by the ending. I was just like, that's it? Like, give me some more,
see,
right? Like,
I love
right?
it. I
it's-
just felt like it opened the door to so much. Like it
It's like-
is
it doesn't.
Yeah,
It,
it's a
it, it
cliffhanger.
leaves off in a place where like literally anything can happen afterwards, right? Is Alan dead? Is he alive? Like,
Well,
is
did
it?
you do the second playthrough?
No, well, obviously not, right? Like, I didn't have
neither.
time. I was up till like 2 a.m. last night finishing the game.
Yeah.
But I did look up some of the stuff, and apparently there's like a extended ending, and there's also like other cutscenes like peppered throughout the game, which is cool, right? But that's like committing another 20 hours to it.
Yeah, I want to play it again this year. Like, I want to get that.
Yeah.
Because I haven't looked any of that up yet, so that'll all be new to me.
Yeah, so like,
Yeah.
I don't think it changes the ending that drastically.
Yeah, probably not.
From what I saw.
I mean, he's
But
definitely
I was
still
just like,
trapped, right? Like,
yeah, it was like, I don't know. Like, it felt like there should still be another like 20 to 30 minutes of the game. That's how I felt.
I get
But
that, yeah. It also it never
especially
tells us whether or not Saga gets her daughter, right?
right, I mean, like they never, like I never got the sense, and like the story, like it is very nebulous and confusing on purpose, right? I think it's open to a lot of interpretations, but like I wasn't sure. Like, did they beat Scratch at the end? Like, or did they just temporarily stop him? Did she
Is
like
it possible
what?
to beat Scratch?
Yeah.
That's what's so. And like, what
Is
what the hell
Scratch just Alan?
Is Scratch just
Like-
Alan Wake? Is Alan Wake? Which
Yeah.
Alan is Alan Wake? Like, is Scratch the original Alan, and the guy we're watching is like.
Right, like
Yeah,
it's so confusing,
Yeah.
on,
And
like
that's
on
what
purpose.
I love about it. Is so, and also like it at every step, it also asks you, does it matter?
Yeah,
Does it really matter which Alan is the real Alan? Does it matter?
but like I thought the game was teeing up a twist where like she was like the whole game Saga was just like, oh, my daughter's still alive. You're all the ones that are crazy, right? Like you're all the ones. And I thought it was teeing up a twist where like, no, they were all right, and she was the one who was kind of like out of touch with reality. But like it does seem like it was all due to the story Scratch or the story Alan was writing. But like that never really got like followed up on, right? And that's like the Inception style ending of the game, which I don't know if they resolved that in the revised ending. But like she calls her daughter, and the phone's ringing, and the game just cuts to black, so you
because
don't
it's
know.
Not clear. Yeah, that's the whole thing. Is it's unclear. I think it's pretty clear that Saga had a daughter, and her daughter was alive before she went on this trip. But
because she calls her, and she answers, and she talks to her at the beginning of the game, right?
But the nature of the lake is such that the writing can become true, and it is not localized. He can change your past, like
which is
can
crazy.
change
Yeah,
anything. Like it's unclear if what's his name, the detective that's with you, the guy played
Casey.
Casey. Alex Casey is literally the guy, like in this world. Alex Casey's entire existence is Alan
The
Wake's previous
detective
book.
that
Like
Alan wrote. Yeah.
yeah. And so like did Alex Casey exist before that book was written? Or like did Alan see, like was he a prophet? Or did he write it into existence? Because the lake gives you the power to do
it's
both
unclear.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know, I just think that's so cool and trippy. It's such a
Well, so is it the lake necessarily, or is it the clicker? Right, like apparently, or does the clicker only work at the lake? Like, what is happening? I don't
very
know.
unclear.
Yeah.
It is pretty clear, I think, that Alan did not have that power before he went to the lake, because there are other people who've come to the lake and done it. And also, I don't think you need the clicker, because you don't have the clicker when Saga gets the band together and they play a song to make a portal appear, right?
No, that's where you use the
That's
clicker.
where you
I'm
use
pretty
the
sure.
clicker. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
So I don't know,
It's been too
dude.
long since I played
It's
the game.
very confusing.
so
Yeah,
trippy.
I just played it and I'm confused.
Yeah.
You know?
But it really
But,
sets a high it sets a high bar for Control 2, in my opinion, because I want more of that.
Yeah, it's weird though, because I feel like we can't get too much of that in Control. Right, Control is it's way more gameplay driven. It's way
is.
more like
But
power driven.
They can do the writing, like they can do weird stuff. They did. It just wasn't as good as Alan Wake, in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, dude, the frustrating thing about this to me is that like if we get an Alan Wake 3, it is eons away, eons and eons away. So like
Because these
because
games
Control
don't
2
make
is their
a ton of
next big
money.
project, right? And now they're having financial troubles too. So like all that, like we might not ever get an Alan Wake 3, but I definitely want one. Like I feel like the game ends. I feel like the game ends asking for a third game, right? Like to me, like, and maybe I feel like a lot of people could play this game and disagree with it, but to me, like, it's very clearly not resolved everything yet.
I mean, literally the whole game, you're getting a second book, and then there's a third. Like it's about a trilogy of books. It's like something return and departure,
initiation, return, departure. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
And so departure hasn't happened yet. Like
yeah.
And
this whole game was Alan like writing return, right? That was the whole thing. So
I love this game. Did you play the DLC?
I've played everything. Yeah.
Okay.
So
The DLC is a little hit touch and go for me.
So Night Springs, I thought progressively got better the more I played it. Right, the first episode I thought was whatever. I was kind of bored, like where you're Rose, right,
I
at the
did not like
cafe,
it.
and then
Yeah.
you start gunning zombies down. It's just like, it's kind of dumb.
Yeah.
Second one was pretty good, right? Like, you play as Jesse or a version of Jesse, right? That was Jesse Faden.
I don't think so. It's
Redhead?
it's a different lady.
Oh, really? I thought that was Control Girl.
No, I think she meant because they mentioned Director Faden a few times in the game. That's just a different FBC employee.
It looks exactly like. I mean, I have not touched Control in many years, so maybe I'm
99%
conflating
sure
things.
it is
But
not
like, I
Jesse
thought
Faden.
that was her. I was totally sure that was her.
I could be wrong, but I don't think it is.
But so you play as her, and I think they do a pretty good job of like reusing environments from the game in like creative ways for the DLC. Well, obviously with the exception of Lake House, they make a brand new environment for that. But for Night Springs, they like creatively reuse levels from Alan Wake 2. Are you looking it up?
It is Jesse Faden, apparently. Yeah.
Dude, yes, it looks exactly like her. Yeah, it had to have been. So it was like, because it was either Jesse Faden or it was some multiverse like copy of Faden, especially after you play Night Springs 3 and it deals with that whole like.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about Night Springs episode 3, right? Like,
Yeah, that one's trippy.
that one was my favorite one, and it
Yeah,
was
me too.
really, really good. And I think it actually does tie in the most to the main story, right? Because like it establishes Mr. Door as this like eldritch being, kind of this villain. And if you circle back to the main game, and another thing I love is that now that all of this is out, the DLC is intercut like perfectly within the main game. So I didn't just play the main game then the DLC.
Right.
I played the DLC as it naturally occurred playing the game. Who is it? Not the detective, like the guy the protagonist of Night Springs 3,
He's the sheriff, right?
the sheriff, yeah. Like when you encounter him as Alan Wake near the end of the game, he's like and you read his like little like investigation board.
Mhm.
It's all related to that third episode, right? Like, so like he actually is going through this like multi-dimensional kind of odyssey.
Yeah. Also,
Looking
isn't it
for
implied that Warlord
Door.
Door is Saga's father?
Is it? I don't know if I caught that.
I think because the old guards of Asgard are the ones that locked him, like put him in the lake. I think. Like
I don't know.
I think so.
I would have to double check that. It's there's a lot that happens in this game, and it's very confusing. But I thought that was just really cool, right? Like the fact that I do
It is
think
heavily implied.
Mr. Door is being set up to be kind of like an end game level threat for maybe not just Alan Wake, but like the whole Remedyverse.
Remedyverse, yeah.
Yeah.
What if he shows up as you have to fight him as Max Payne at the end of the as a DLC
At the end of the remake.
Yeah.
So the Night Springs was cool. Lake House was very cool too. You play as Agent Estevez, right? And you explore the lake house, right? Which was like this FBC kind of test site. And what's cool about that one is that like at one point I think you actually end up in the oldest house,
Yeah. I
like
think so.
from Control. And so that was really trippy to see happen. And yeah, I thought these were very good DLCs, right? Like nothing kind of mind-blowing compared to the main game, but I thought they were very competently done and enriched the flavor of the main game quite nicely.
They were good but missable. Like there was no lore drop in them that you're not going to understand the next game.
Yeah, I do. I think the highlight for me is probably Night Springs episode 3.
Yeah.
Like I really enjoyed that. And like I suspect, just I guess talking about that again, the finale to that where it's all like that text-based kind of like choose your own adventure prompt. I feel like there's a lot of endings to that. That's my guess, but I never went back and checked.
Yeah, me neither.
Like yeah. So maybe that's something I'll double check later, but yeah, Alan Wake 2, man. That is
You see why I was pushing so hard
pretty
for Game of the
singular
Year,
video game.
right? Like
Yeah, I see that. I will say though, I don't think it's better than Baldur's Gate 3.
no, I think it needed its champion. I agree that
Yeah.
Baldur's Gate 3 is probably the right pick, but I just you get it now.
I do get it. Yeah, I do get it. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm right there with you, Connor. We talked about this like off the show. If we could if killing Control 2 means we get Alan Wake 3, I would make that decision in a heartbeat.
Wouldn't even think
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
Which is crazy to say, right? Like 'cause Control is very good as well, but like I prefer more Alan Wake.
No, it's just a more niche game. Not everybody wants to play a survival horror game kind of thing.
And, I gotta mention one more thing, dude. The full screen jump scares, like those are just like
I don't even remember.
you don't. Are you kidding me? This game is chock full of like extremely loud full screen like jump scares, which felt like pretty cheap to be honest. But like after a while, I was like, okay, this is part of the charm of this game where there's just like live action full screen jump scares that are
like,
very
parts
loud.
Where like you have like an overlay over your screen that is like spooky and like stuff is happening, but I don't remember jump scares. But it's been 2 years since I played the game.
There are jumps. That is the one consistent thing. There are so many jump scares from the beginning to the end of this game. Yeah, and they're loud. They make them louder. There's actually an accessibility option to tone it down because like they're so loud and in your face. Like even though like I mean I don't really get scared, right? Like I watch horror movies. I play horror games. It's fine.
Big straw man.
I get startled, right? Like these
right.
things, they're like in your face and very loud, and I'm just like, come on, Gabe.
No,
Like,
I mean I remember.
why do you gotta
remember
do that?
Alan Wake is the only game I've ever been playing on the TV, and I had a soundbar, and I actually had a soundbar with a subwoofer at the time, living here, and I think it's early in one of the Alan sections. They just play a really long, really deep bass tone, and I was like, I cannot do this, and I had to switch to my PC with headphones.
Yeah, sound design is very interesting in this game.
Yeah, there's just
It's just such a weird game, man. And I love my weird games.
No, it's a favorite of all time, like top 10 for me probably. Really like it. Really glad you finally played it. I'd been dying to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. All right. Going on long enough?
Yeah, Mike, do you have a game you've been playing?
I think I vaguely mentioned last week that I was going to try out the All Under Heaven expansion for Crusader Kings III.
Oh yeah, how is it?
I'm loving the fact that they have expanded the world to all of China, Thailand, and Southeast Asia and Japan. And they've added all these new systems. But unfortunately, I fell into the Crusader Kings trap of Grandpa just wouldn't die. So I was playing as a Japanese ruler, a Japanese count, like in the northern area of Japan near Hokkaido. And I had this line of succession set up so that I'd inherit double the land when I died because I'd become my son who owned the other half of the northern part of Japan.
Yeah.
However, what happens is Grandpa's now 77 or 78 years old. My son dies. And I'm like, okay, good thing there was a backup son. He dies like a week later. A week later, he dies.
All right. Are we getting assassinated here? What's going on?
No, they just die of illness. I don't know what killed them. One of them got like pneumonia and died. And now Grandpa's sitting here, 78 years old, has been about to die for at least 10 years. Still hasn't kicked the bucket. My newest son will make me lose half or over half of my domain that I already control. And it will go to like my brother's son or something.
Yeah.
So I've effectively lost it all because my ruler just wouldn't die. I had planned for him to die, and he didn't. He lasted like 82 years.
Yeah. It do be like that sometimes.
And then my son comes up to me and wants to marry my granddaughter to his son.
So I will say, did you not take into account that the Japanese way of life leads to their very long lifestyles?
Both my sons were in their 50s. They had so long. Long. And they both died at like 56.
Wait, so what happens in Crusader Kings if you have no direct line of succession? Do you get to play as your like nephew or something, or does the game just end?
Yeah, you get to play as your nephew. Like I still had an error that just the heir was not in my dynasty, so it killed my dynasty. Because my dynasty all died out. Like I had been doing political maneuvering in the north and a little bit of conquering to like expand the influence I had over the houses.
Right.
because fortunately here there's this other soft power system called like house blocks or power blocks. So you get a bunch of houses that all agree with each other and they kind of all work together in like a giant alliance.
Mm-hmm.
And it is a very nifty way to gain a lot of power. And if you're the leader of a house, if say you start a scheme to get forced in as the regent of Japan, since Japan has a regency at the time, you get to become the shogun. Like straight up, you are now the new regent, and everyone in your house block will support you in that scheme, no matter what.
Okay.
It is such a nifty system of playing more diplomatic maneuvering than straight up just war.
Yeah.
So you said this is a new expansion, right? Because I've
Yeah.
been kind of waiting to jump into Crusader Kings 3. Like, I know this is one of those like games, much like Civilization, where like if I play it, it's just gonna suck up my life. But with an
So-
expansion out now for it,
There's
might be
several.
time.
This is part of the I think season 4 or whatever, or expansion pass 4. Let me double check if it's 4 or 3.
Dang, so there's already 4 expansion packs. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's been out for 5 years now, so it has.
Yes, that's not that bad.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
yeah. Time flies.
Yeah, it's their chapter 4 expansion. So chapter 4 is all under heaven, Khans of the Steppe, which includes like Genghis Khan and everything. And
Yeah.
a couple minor DLCs. DLCs, if you want to pick up the game, I recommend picking up Wandering Nobles. Roads to Power is nice. Pretty much all the DLCs are good, but it's like $220 for all the DLCs on top
Really?
of the game. Yeah.
Wow.
That's crazy.
I
I'll
think
probably wait
chapter
for a sale.
4 they had a bunch of them are on sale right now, actually. Crusader Kings 3 is $15 right now. Some DLCs you don't need, like you really don't need like Fate of Iberia if you don't want to play in that area. Royal Court's nice.
Iberia's Spain, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Legacy of Persia. But the ones that I really like, Wandering Nobles is a really cool one. I think Roads to Power adds the Byzantine Empire as a faction. Or something that you can play as. But All Under Heaven is the biggest one they've done. It's the biggest Crusader Kings DLC in a long time. Because it is essentially an entire new continent of gameplay.
Right.
Because previously you could be on the Indian subcontinent and that was the furthest east you could go.
Yeah.
Now you have all of China, Indonesia, the Philippines, Japan. There's a lot.
I feel like they're eventually just going to have the whole like known world in the game.
During the medieval period, no, they don't need to.
Okay.
I think All Under Heaven's the extent because there's not much. They already have most of Africa, I do believe, in the map.
Mm-hmm.
I think they have all of Africa, actually. Hold on. I don't remember, but
That's cool because like I played Crusader Kings 3 for a little bit when it launched. I really liked it. I just got distracted by something else, and I remember it was like mostly like Eurocentric countries at the time I played it.
I mean,
So,
Africa's been in there
sounds
for
like
a
it
little bit.
expanded
I do
quite a
believe.
bit. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, having all the way out to China is impressive, and emulating like the historical ministry system of China as well. Apparently, a lot of like Chinese people are very excited that it's the most historically relevant piece of ancient Chinese history that they could find. So obviously, Paradox did their research.
Yeah, that's like I always hear that about Crusader Kings 3, and I find that really impressive at how they incorporate like things unique to each
Because apparently,
kind of dynasty kingdom into like gamplaying mechanics and make it all work together.
In China, the way you move up is through doing like ministry exams and enhancing your social status. Like it's a decision to go take an exam. Like,
and it's like in the game.
It's in the game. It's of course just a sequence of random events, but it is how you moved up in society,
right,
in that period of China. Is through exams and like being a learned person and being a civil servant.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very, very interesting.
So I got one.
Well, sorry. Go ahead.
I picked up Arc Raiders. I was talking about it in the Discord. Have you guys seen?
Yeah, I've
anything
been
about this?
hearing a lot about this game. I have no idea what it is, but I've been hearing a lot about it.
So it's an extraction shooter, which is a genre I've never played before. And I was really frustrated because all of the coverage about this game is in the context of it being an extraction shooter and how it differs from others. And I was really like, okay, but can you sell me on this as someone who has never played one of these games? And the answer is no. No one could do that. No one even tried. So I'm going to do that right now. So the basic loop in this game, you are a raider from a town called Sperenza. The entire surface world has been taken over by an AI called Arc, and you are a raider who goes up in, I think, 30-minute increments up to the surface to gather materials, to loot, basically. And down in Sperenza, everybody gets along, but on the surface, it's anybody's game. It's a proximity chat. There are other raiders. If you're solo, you typically queue with solos. If you're more than solo, duos and trios queue together. And yeah, you go around and you collect loot, and there are like areas marked on the map that have better loot. And so if you go there, there's gonna be firefights and stuff probably. And what's really compelling about this is that the Arc AI has these drones flying around and rolling around and walking around, these robots that are actually like compelling, difficult enemies to fight. And the shooting is good because these are DICE devs, ex-DICE devs, and the game looks gorgeous. It's an Unreal Engine 5 game that runs really well. Like maxed out,
So
native 1440p.
you fight like other people too, right?
You
Not
can.
just the AI.
Yeah, it's, you can kill other people and loot them. But the interesting thing about this game is that doesn't happen that often to me. I would say 80% of the time, probably, I run into other players and they shout friendly. And so far, no one has shouted friendly and then shot me. That has not happened. I have shot other people, like, it's really bad if I bump into you on a staircase. That happened to me, and I was startled and I killed the guy. And that guy, he could have lived. He could have gone home to see his family, but I killed him because he startled me. And it's funny because like we probably could have talked that out if we'd noticed each other. But by the time I noticed him, he was in my crosshairs, and I presumably was in his, and so I shot, and that was the end of that. But there's just, I don't know. This game is like a moment engine. Like it is constantly creating these tense moments where you're like going around a building and you hear footsteps, and you're like, oh God, am I about to get jumped? And when you evac, you go to these I'm going to use the elevators. There's a different evac on every map. And I've played like 4 maps, I think. But when you evac, a loudspeaker goes off and says, all right, everything looks secure. It'll be a couple minutes. And it's like screaming, like everyone for a very wide range around you can hear that you're about to extract and that you're here. And so that usually draws in some heat. And that can be almost like a Helldivers moment as the bots descend on you and other players descend on you. The only problem I have with the game, I have 2, I guess. One, I don't care about the loot like at all. They're not doing a very good job of making.
So what is it? Is it just cosmetic or?
No, you have to craft your own weapons and ammo and everything and armor and everything, and it is not a flat progression. So there is better gear, and sometimes you are actually outmatched in a game. Like a guy can have better gear than you and just beat you pretty easily that way.
Oh, okay.
And so it's stuff like that. But it just doesn't do a very good job of selling me on caring about the loot. And the other problem is that cooperation is overpowered right now. People really frequently will like get an entire server together, and you'll have like 8 guys running around together, and like, I'm not going to shoot those guys. I'm going to join those guys. It'd be stupid to do anything else.
So it's not like squad based or anything. Like you can.
It can be
partner up with as many people as you want.
Yeah, I mean, if you just bump into people and you talk to each other and you say, "Hey, I'm not going to shoot you. You don't shoot me." We move around together. You can get a squad, like a whole posse together, and you are virtually unkillable now. And that,
I feel like I would absolutely be like an instigator.
Yeah, I think they just need to make it more compelling to kill people, because there's enough loot right now that I don't really mind rolling with a group like that and just rolling the dice to see if I get lucky and find the good loot. And I also like, most people just don't have anything good on them. A lot of the times you're looking for loot related to a quest or something, and so what's valuable to me is not necessarily valuable to anyone else. So they would kill me, and they'd be like, "Why is he carrying all these olives? I don't need olives." Like,
So is it like a? I'm just trying to get a picture in my head. Is it like sci-fi kind of?
yeah, it's near future sci-fi. Like you have energy shields, and your guns are kind of Fallout-y, I guess.
Okay.
And like a lot of guys are like in spacesuits and stuff, but like
Yeah.
it's aesthetic.
I from what I hear about this game, this is like the next big multiplayer thing. Like this is
it's really
big
fun
deal.
and it's having a moment. Yeah. This is like this is Tarkov brought to the masses. Like this is the console release of an extraction shooter and the one where they polished it up to the point that it is palatable to a mass audience.
It's not free to play though, right?
No, it is $40.
Okay. Yeah.
And it charges for cosmetics like it's free to play. I'm actually not super happy about that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you have to be really confident in your game to adopt that price model in today's ecosystem, right? Charge $40 for the game and have cosmetics on top of it and have it do really well. You got to be doing something right, I guess.
Right. But it is really, really fun. There are a couple of tweaks. They have a roadmap. There's a map coming out this month, a new map. There's already a lot of content in the game. I don't know. I think I'm in it for the medium haul. I think I'll be playing it for a couple months at least. And I'm playing it solo, by the way. I'm not playing this with anybody so far.
Yeah, I might like watch some gameplay videos, and if it speaks to me, I might purchase it.
It's gonna look boring.
We'll see.
I think it's a really boring stream game. Yeah, I mean, maybe if you watch some highlights of like
I'm
the
also
fights.
like I don't really know anything about extraction shooters either.
It's
so like
just-
that's not something I really ever played. Like Helldivers isn't an extraction shooter, is it?
I wouldn't call it an extraction shooter, no, because you choose when to extract in this, and so you're constantly like weighing, like, do I have enough loot? Do I want to gamble and stay longer?
Oh, okay.
It's also kind of an inverse battle royale, because in battle royales you're constantly getting stronger, and I would say in Arc Raiders you are constantly getting weaker. You are expending resources the entire time you're on the surface, and you can't easily get them back without returning.
Do those resources persist like between runs or whatever?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
like-
Everything in your inventory persists between runs. You take
Oh, that's
everything home with
interesting.
you, and you can take anything back in with you. But if you die, you lose everything you have.
You
on
lose
you.
it. Oh, that's very interesting. Okay.
So like you can have a really, really good gun and then get. This happened to me. I had a great loadout, and I just got really unlucky. Ark noticed me, and like I got swarmed. There were no other players involved in this even. It was just so many AI enemies. I got overrun, and I lost a really good kit. And that could be frustrating, but
I think that's part of the charm, though.
Yeah, you got to be easy come, easy go. The game also has a cool mechanic where, one, if you build your own loadout, you have a pocket, and any one item you put in that pocket, you will not lose when you die. You get to keep it. So if you find something ultra valuable that you'd be heartbroken to lose, you can keep it. But the other side of that is if you use a free loadout, which is just randomized gear, you don't choose any of it, but they're actually like decent. You can actually play with them. You don't need to go in with nothing. You do not get that pocket.
Okay.
But
So there is like a scenario where if you go on like several bad runs in a row, you just like lose most of your things.
yeah,
you
and
just
that's
start
fine. Yeah, but
kinda
that's
from
fine
zero
because
again.
you have the free loadouts. So like,
Yeah.
I think it's fine. It actually reminds me of the early Minecraft economy where like you're rags to riches. Like sometimes you're in full diamond, but like eventually that stuff breaks.
Right.
You don't have it anymore, or you fall in lava and it's just gone. Like, I don't know. I find it very compelling. I also I like that everybody in the map has different objectives, like because we're all doing different quests or looking for different loot. Like the loot is specialized. Like if I'm upgrading a certain workbench back in Speranza, I need certain items that may not be of any value to someone else, and so I'm looking for different stuff. And you just bump into people that are doing different things, and I like that. I think it's really cool.
That's awesome. I might check it out this week.
Yeah.
I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'll play with you a little bit if you do. I haven't played squads at all yet. Although we'll be at a huge disadvantage as a duo because duos get matched with trios and you're just gonna lose. Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like it's the splash this has made is loud enough for me to take note. Me, someone who never really plays multiplayer games at all.
Oh, you do have to have a
take
mic
notice.
for this, by the way. Like
Yeah.
playing this
Okay.
without a mic would be just beyond stupid. Like
Yeah.
I mean people do it. You can emote to say like don't shoot and like some of them better call outs, but I just think you're missing so much of the experience.
Well, cool. We anything else we want to shout out here before we wrap up for the day?
Shout out Battlefield.
Battlefield is good. Continues to be
it's
good.
such a good game. Continues to be good. I haven't
Yeah,
tried
did
the Battle
anyone
Royale yet.
anyone check out the Battle Royale?
It's terrible.
Yet?
So boring.
It's terrible.
So boring.
I've just been playing Conquest and playing
Yeah.
support.
I did
Fun
not
game.
like the Battle
Nice.
Royale. I played like
Shout
3
out!
rounds of it.
I want to add a quick thing that happened to me last night. My friend
Yeah.
Nathan was playing a recon with C4, and we were sneaking around behind the map. Me as a support, and he goes to throw 3 C4 in a tank, gets knocked down. I res him. He has the detonator in his hand. He presses the button. I die. He picks me up, drags me away.
That's awesome.
It's just
Nice.
It's like, don't worry, I can fix this. We can solve this problem. The tank's down, we're good. just that funny little sequence that is only a Battlefield thing. Or
Nice.
he's just like, oh yeah, I got this jet here. I don't know, where is this our jet? It was just a jet in the middle of the field. This same match, I found like a helicopter just lying somewhere that someone bailed out of. So I'm not sure what happened, and I just got in and took it. But yeah, Jesus, the game's fantastic. I've been having so much fun playing it because it is so funny.
Yeah, between this and Arc Raiders now, like multiplayer is looking
Shooters
quite
are
strong.
so back. I said I hated modern shooters, but I just needed a good Battlefield game.
Yeah.
That's all I needed.
Well, awesome. Well, I think with that, we're going to wrap it up. I think Connor's cat finally peed. That's probably why he's not on screen right now.
Yeah.
So we'll wrap it up without him.
looking.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for listening. You can follow us at Podcast Game Talk on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Spotify. Well, that's not true. On Spotify, where just look for Game Talk. You'll find us. Please click the link in the description, join our Discord, and talk to us there. And please like, rate, and review us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or any other podcast services you use. Thanks, Mike.
Yeah, I'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.